Let me start by telling you this. Purpose is not a luxury of the gifted. It is the birthright of the created. Every single person under the sound of my voice has been called into being with intention. You are not a mistake. You are not a random assembly of cells. You were sent into time to solve a problem that exists only because you exist. You see, nothing in life becomes meaningful until you understand why it exists. A knife in the hand of a surgeon can save a life. That same knife in the hand of a criminal can take one. Same object, different purpose. That is why you cannot afford to go one more day simply existing, chasing money, chasing likes, chasing trends, without understanding why God placed you here. You were born with purpose, on purpose, for purpose. There's a deep frustration that sets in when potential is trapped in the body with no direction. Some of you are not tired because you're doing too much. You're tired because you're doing too little of what you were born to do. That soul fatigue is not burnout. It's misalignment. When you live outside your purpose, your soul goes bankrupt, even when your schedule is full. Purpose gives pain a name. It gives suffering a reason. When you understand your purpose, even your past starts to make sense. God wastes nothing. Every broken moment, every tear, every season where you thought he had forgotten you, he was shaping you, molding you, refining you for something greater than you could imagine. Your purpose is not just connected to your pleasure. It is often born in your pain. When I was a boy growing up in the Bahamas, we didn't have much, but I had a mother and father who taught me that God never makes anything without purpose. I remember sitting on the dock one evening, watching the waves roll in, asking God, why am I here? And as I sat there, with the wind brushing my face and the salt on my lips, I heard something rise in my spirit. Not in thunder, but in clarity. You are here to reveal my kingdom. From that moment on, everything changed. I wasn't just existing anymore. I was moving towards something. I had discovered my why. And once you find your why, you can endure anyhow. Let me tell you, when purpose becomes your compass, you start being distracted by detours. You start being discouraged by delays. You start being seduced by shortcuts. Purpose purifies your path. You see, success is not measured by how much you've accumulated. It's measured by how much you fulfill. If a seed becomes a tree, it is successful. If a fish swims, it is successful. If a bird flies, it is successful. So then success for you is not comparison. It's completion of the assignment placed within your spirit before your birth. And that's why the next 6 months cannot be random. They must be intentional. You're not just waking up to get through the day. You're waking up to move the needle of destiny. You're not just setting goals, you're setting coordinates. You're not just living, you're becoming. This next season must start not with a list of to-dos, but with a question. What was I born to do? Because until you answer that, everything else will become a distraction, even the good things. Your potential is proof that your purpose is still unfolding. Heaven doesn't manufacture waste. If you are still breathing, There is still something God expects you to finish. So the question is not whether you have purpose. The question is, are you willing to pause, reflect, and rediscover it? Because once you do, you will never live another day in confusion again. Desire is a spark, but discipline is the engine. You see, desire can wake you up in the middle of the night with dreams, with visions, with goosebumps. But discipline is what wakes you up at 5 a.m. when the dream feels distant and the room is still cold. Desire shouts, but discipline whispers. And yet, it's the whisper that gets the work done. You do not rise to the level of your intentions. You fall to the level of your discipline. Discipline is the silent partner of every great accomplishment. It is the price tag of greatness. Without it, desire becomes frustration. You can want to be successful. You can want to be healthy. You can want to be free. But wanting is not doing. And if your doing doesn't match your desiring, you will live in the tension of regret. You see, vision is a powerful thing. But vision without discipline is hallucination. You are not measured by what you say you will do. You are measured by what you actually do when no one is watching, when it's inconvenient, when it's uncomfortable. That's when success is forged. In the unseen, in the uncelebrated spaces, in the decisions you make daily that no one claps for. Let me tell you something that changed my life. Years ago, when I was a young man with more dreams than dollars, I had a vision to teach and write and build nations through leadership. But vision alone wasn't enough. I had to turn that vision into a schedule. I had to discipline myself when no doors were opening. Every morning, before the sun came up, I'd sit with my Bible, a notebook, and a worn-out typewriter. I wrote when no publisher was calling. I studied when no crowd was listening. I disciplined my life to match my future. And slowly, the vision began to take form. Discipline is choosing what you want most over what you want now. That is the war we all fight. We want purpose, but we also want comfort. We want impact, but we also want ease. But purpose doesn't live on the path of least resistance. It lives in the place where you train your appetite to submit. There will be days in the next 6 months when you won't feel inspired. Days when the results look small. Days when your energy is low, your motivation is gone, and your emotions betray you. That's when discipline must speak louder than feelings. Because feelings are unreliable travelers. They don't care about your destiny. But discipline is loyal. Discipline is consistent. Discipline shows up even when motivation calls in sick. The truth is, many people pray for miracles while God is waiting on their movement. We cry for breakthroughs, but we haven't built the routines that support the breakthrough. Let me be real. God will never finish what you won't start, and He won't maintain what you won't manage. Your discipline is proof that you are ready for the next level. You can fast, you can speak in tongues, you can go to every seminar and buy every planner. But if you don't discipline your time, your thoughts, your tongue, your energy, your habits, you will live a life of glimpses, not fulfillment. If desire is the seed, then discipline is the soil. Without soil, the seed dries up. Without structure, the dream dies. So ask yourself today, what is one thing I must commit to daily that aligns with my vision? Not weekly, not when you feel like it, daily. Because daily decisions determine destiny. Discipline doesn't make life harder, it makes purpose possible. It is not bondage, it is freedom through structure. It is the path to mastery, the posture of maturity, the gatekeeper of success. And if you can master discipline in the next 6 months, it won't just change your habits. It will change your whole identity. You will stop acting like the person you used to be and start becoming the person you were always meant to be. You don't arrive at destiny by accident. You get there by design. Purpose may be the destination, but strategy is the road map. The next 6 months cannot be guided by emotion or spontaneity. They must be governed by precision and planning. Because purpose without a plan is like a ship without a compass. You might be moving, but you're drifting, not advancing. A lot of people confuse motion with progress. Just because you're busy doesn't mean you're becoming. Just because your calendar is full doesn't mean your life is fruitful. That's why the next 6 months must be broken down into deliberate steps, measurable, manageable, intentional. Every great builder starts with a blueprint. Heaven functions by design. God himself created the world in order, in sequence, with a schedule. He did not make man on the first day because he hadn't prepared the environment for him yet. Even God doesn't place purpose in an unprepared structure. So I ask you, where is your blueprint? You can't reach a 6-month goal with a 6-minute plan. You must treat your life like it matters, because it does. If your future is worth anything, then it's worth your strategy. Take your vision, your God-given picture of tomorrow, and reverse engineer it. Ask yourself, what has to happen in the next 6 months for this vision to start breathing? What must be completed each month? What steps belong to each week? What task must start today? When you look at the mountain in front of you, it may feel overwhelming. But mountains are climbed one step at a time. And if you never define the steps, you'll stand at the base of your dream and call it impossible. But the impossible becomes inevitable when it is broken into inches. You must become a master of milestones. Let your goals be broken down until they no longer intimidate you. If your goal is to write a book, don't just say, I'm going to write. Say, I will write 300 words a day, 5 days a week. That's how vision becomes reality. Not through hype, but through execution. Don't just set deadlines, set lifelines. Create systems that support the person you are becoming. Systems protect you from inconsistency. Strategy eliminates guesswork. It's no longer what should I do today. It's I already decided what I must do, and now I execute. And let me tell you, when you begin to operate with structure, you invite heaven into your routine. God blesses order. God honors preparation. Jesus didn't feed the 5,000 until they were seated in groups. That was a system. And when the system was in place, the miracle happened. Some of you are praying for multiplication, but God is saying, sit them down first. That means organize. That means structure. That means strategize. Your plan doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be real. Don't wait for the stars to align. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Write it. Break it down. Build your system. Make the phone call. Start the project. Fix the budget. Cut the noise. Clarify your steps. Your future is waiting for your plan. Destiny moves at the speed of your decisions. So if you want to redeem the next 6 months, stop treating your vision like a suggestion. Treat it like a mandate. Write the vision. Make it plain. And then run like your life depends on it, because it